welcome to JB Trio Podcast, Season 7, Episode 1. I'm Lee McDonald Jr.
Chris, the comeback kid, Woodmansey.
Mark, the ancient warrior merchant.
And welcome to our season opener, number 7. Can you believe it's been 7 seasons?
Dang.
7 seasons.
It's been about 2.5, 3 years, I think, coming up in February. We started this back in, was it February of 2020, Chris, and Mark?
We're still doing it.
I can't believe it.
Yeah,
they haven't kicked us off the air yet.
Well, they did. There was that one week Chris was leading the pack there with and we got warned.
That was ratings week.
Yeah, they almost threw us off.
Hey, I think that's the highest rating we ever got.
I was thinking we haven't done a Chris episode in a while.
Yeah,
we maybe should do that because he won the Beat Mark Spit.
No. What the
Chris,
hell?
are you okay?
Yeah, no shit.
It sounds like you're getting drilled.
I am drilled.
As we speak, Chris is doing house repair.
Yes. I mean, just a little bit. I'm almost done. Just getting the last one up.
Yeah, we almost got thrown off the air last time he led a podcast.
Yeah, it's a bit of a train wreck, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Not everybody gets to do a podcast and repair their home at the same time.
Exactly.
Mark's coming back. Hey,
yeah.
How was your trip?
Hey, first, I'd like to thank Neil for filling in for me last week. I really appreciate that, as well as Kyle being a guest. And I think we definitely need to do a segment on, you know how they do the Siskel and Ebert movie ratings. We should definitely have Neil back on in maybe a few weeks where he can give us an update on some movies.
I think so. Yeah, maybe we'll just invite him out of the blue and say, "All right, what's your next 10 set of movies?"
Yeah, Ron Reynolds is another movie fan. He watches a lot of movies, so we definitely need to get Ron and Neil on, and it can be the Brady Reynolds movie ratings. You know?
Yeah. Well, how about we can call Neil's the Brady Bunch or Brady's Bunch, and then Ron's will be Reynolds Rap.
Yeah.
Reynolds Rap. No,
I really appreciate Neil having stepped in on really short notice. I was out and I flew into Philadelphia and then drove to Atlantic City, which is just about an hour outside of Philadelphia, and spent a little bit of time in Atlantic City. It was pretty cold, but probably not as cold it was here in Texas. So
yeah, it was pretty chilly, but
yeah,
we're happy to give you the not so cold weather while you're on vacation or on away on a trip.
Yeah, I mean, wish I could have made a little money, but I didn't. So, but it was a nice trip out there.
Did you place any bets up there on football this weekend?
Oh man, you could do it on your phone. You don't even have, we were at the MGM, but you could bet on your phone. So that's exactly what I did.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I seem to remember a certain wager that you guys had. What was that wager again?
Oh, he owed me $20.
Oh, you're talking about that one last year, right?
No. Well, maybe it was made in 2023.
Yeah.
And now it's 2024.
Yeah. Look, I did make a little money on that bet because the spread, I think, on that line was 3, and they ended up losing. So they lost.
Right.
Yeah, they lost by under 3. So I made some money.
So with the spread, Mark wins.
Yeah.
No, he didn't make it against me though.
You sure of that? We might have to play the tape back.
We just said by team because I don't do by spread.
That is right. I didn't think about that. The spread was 3 points for the home team, or for the away team. So, and they only won by 1 point. So, Chris, you may have some playing up to do.
No, I don't. We didn't vote on the spread.
No, sir.
But we always talk about the spread every episode.
Yeah, we do. The hell is he doing?
I don't know.
Is he blowing his nose?
No.
I think he's
No.
blowing his nose.
No, I'm not.
It sounds like he's drilling more guns to the wall.
No, I laid off. Trying to focus on the podcast.
Oh,
You know,
yeah,
I-
right.
I do want to say though, a few observations of the first half this year. I want to say one is, man, we talk about myself being the ancient warrior, but man, if there's ever a guy who is a warrior, that's got to be Rick Connor. I mean, that guy will bowl with a broken arm, broken leg. I mean,
You're right about that.
He's wearing a
Yeah.
brace again on his arm, and he's still
Yeah.
bowling.
I mean, that guy is a warrior. I mean, there's no doubt about it. If there's a definition of a warrior, it's definitely that guy.
He's definitely the bowl in the wheelchair type. I mean,
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
if
Yes,
he's in a
sir.
wheelchair, he will still bowl.
Yep. And really another observation is I think Chris's team there is going to go for the record on having the most subs during, at least he broke the record having the most subs during a half. Now he's going for the season. So
He's got a 10-man roster.
I mean, I've never seen a team with so many subs and so many reasons why they can't bowl.
Yeah, that's their new team, Subway.
Yeah.
Subway.
Subway.
But then the other observation, without a doubt, is I have to hand it to Kyle Howell. I mean, Kyle Howell was definitely the MVP of the first half.
I'm sorry, listeners. We seem to be having some difficulties with repairs.
No, I'm trying to find something. My headset.
Yeah,
No.
I think he conveniently did that as I was mentioning Kyle Howell's name.
Yeah,
Who's that?
we're going to treat that though like individual awards. So that is actually a continuance, like high average and
Yeah.
high series and all that. So
No, we don't have to.
MVP will be officially named by the end of the year, but definitely if we stopped at the half, Kyle would have won. And he's still in the lead by chance. He's at 96 points. He took 6 the other day, and he's still got a 6-point lead for second. Right now, George Martinez and Sean Taylor are both tied for second with 90 points. But that's not all. Kyle is in the final 2 for the big bracket, for our winter bracket. Woo! Chris, do you by chance, you said you don't have your computer set up yet?
I do. I mean, I had the score. I have the bracket sheet.
Hey, well, while we're on the subject, I know we usually start with last week's results first, but let's go ahead and since we're on the subject, what did those guys bowl last week? It was Kyle and somebody else.
I think
It
Colin
was-
Gill, right?
It was Gilbert. Yes, it was.
Go Bear. It was very intense, but Kyle wins shooting a very low number. Very low number.
How about we say modest? I'm very modest.
Okay. Fine. If you want to be nice, fine. Fine.
And he was bowling against, who was it again?
Joe Bear.
So he was bowling against Gilbert. Okay.
And he was
So
there.
Gilbert
last
didn't
night?
bowl
He
his
was there.
best.
Yeah, he was there last night. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Joe Bear shot 579.
So Kyle bowled barely above that.
609.
Wow. That's
So
yeah. That's
So
unfortunate
if
for
Joe Bear would have just shot his fucking average.
Oh well. But Kyle pulled through. He was the victor. So he
Yes.
will be going up against
He will be going against the other side, which was featuring Tina fucking Saunders versus Brian Brimmerman.
Brian Brimmerman. What a showdown that was. They
It
both
was.
bowled. They were score watching like crazy, and because they both know they're in this bracket, and it's a major deal. They're both in the final 4. First lady in the final 4 for our winter brackets, or for any of our brackets. She had a good chance. So what'd she do?
Hold on. I want to say it out loud here.
All right. So she bowled. She killed Brian Brimmerman the first game and the second game. All right. She killed her. She killed him. All right.
So it sounds like she's gonna win. She's gonna win.
Up literally by like 60, 70 pins.
Oh my God! It's in the bag.
Yeah,
She won.
Yeah, but then she fucking bowled a 96.
Oh my God!
And then Brimmerman struck out with a 7-bagger.
man.
7-bagger to win 656 series to a 639.
Oh no, she choked. How heartbreaking is that? She was a
639 to
60-pin lead.
656. Like, come
A
on.
60-pin lead going into the last game. Wow. So he had to beat her by 120 with the handicap, and he ended up doing it.
Yeah, he ended up doing it. Fucking.
That is insane.
But I mean, like I always say, it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Yep. So as our victory bracket, as our showstopper of the week, starting tomorrow, would be featuring Kyle fucking Hile versus Brian fucking Brimmerman.
Are in the Super Bowl of bowling. So Kyle Howell against Brian Brimmerman.
They got the same middle name.
Oh, do they really?
Do they really?
Well, Chris just said it.
Oh,
Kyle fucking Howell.
Yeah,
Same middle name.
And looking at the spread, so Kyle's at 187 average, getting 29 pins, versus Brian's average, which is 195.
Yeah.
He's getting 22 pins, so it looks like Kyle will be getting 7 pins on Brian, which is not much of a spread.
Hey, do y'all hear me better now?
Oh yeah, much better.
Okay, cool. My headset's
Yeah.
like,
I heard you. I saw you switch over to the headset.
yeah. Cool.
Yeah, much better.
Yeah, so that is our victory. But hey, I do want to announce a add-on starting 2 weeks, not this Tuesday, but the next Tuesday.
Who's subbing for you?
I do want to say that to everyone who's listening to the podcast, and I will announce it, or Lee can announce it for me tomorrow night, that I'll be taking up $5 if you want to enter. It's just $5 for the whole bracket. I'll be doing a scratch bracket. All scratch bowlers or anyone who wants to do it, scratch bowling scores will be entering in a bracket. If you want to join, $5 for your spot, and the winner takes all bracket formation. All right. So depending on how many people joins will determine how many weeks it will go on. But it's just $5, no more than $5. And then if people like it, we may go up to $10, and if so on forward.
Okay. And do we have a name for this?
It would be
Are we going to call it the new Woodmansey?
the Woodmansey, the comeback kid brackets.
Well, you might only get like 3 people if you name it that.
Well, if we only get that many people, then maybe we could do like a high game or something.
Or the Woody. We call it the Woody scratch bracket.
The Woody Scratch.
Yeah.
The Woody scratch or the Woodmansey. So it'll be something called like that. So if you want to join, bring $5 to lock in your bracket. It's just $5. Really not a lot. If after the bracket is over, we'll start a new bracket. And if we want to go up from there on price wise, we'll go up from there. Okay.
I think it's a go. So the Woodmansey scratch brackets.
Yep.
So y'all heard it here. We'll force Chris to make an announcement tomorrow.
Okay. I guess I'm doing. Oh, and Mark. So give you some news because you weren't fucking there to give me my money, but Phil is no longer a part of my team.
Really? Another guy drops out, huh?
David Carter is now a member of my team. He's my third.
Yeah. What? Phil just got tired of you?
No, Phil has some financial issues where he makes good money. He just he has $1,000 truck payment and he has other bills. And then with his new job he started, he hasn't got the money flowing in. So he just wanted to see where that goes. And he still bowls on Thursdays. So just paying for 2 leagues is just a little bit too much for him right now.
Yeah. And the thing is, he doesn't bowl with you on Thursday.
Oh.
He doesn't bowl with you on Thursday, so he got rid of he kept the better of the 2, right?
Oh my God. Wow.
Yeah.
But Phil's always welcome back as a sub, I guess, then.
Yeah.
So he was in for the first half where y'all only took second. So it looks like he's going to be demoted as a sub, I guess is what Chris is going to do.
And Chris, you really believe that?
Yes.
All right. As long as you believe it.
So that stinks, though. We lost another bowler, so we'll have to keep a lookout because Leland's team lost a bowler to me, so we've got to find another replacement for them. And I'd like to try to find somebody for OG. I'm going to try to see if we can convince there's the sub that they use regularly, Jim. See if he'd like to be a regular.
How would you feel if we just dropped Camilla and then moved Leland over to OG?
Well, I hate to do that. I mean, is Camilla? Is she wanting to quit bowling?
No, she doesn't. I was just saying. I was spit talking.
Yeah, then we'll keep it at spit talk. I don't want to lose her. So
Okay.
I want to keep the amount of bowlers we have and keep all the teams we have, especially now that we've already started.
Makes sense.
And speaking of starting, I think it's time to go over the fastest 3 minutes in bowling. We have started over, and now it is all zeros again for everybody. So to start it off, Team 15 bowled against Team 6. Team OG against Three Fingers Deep. Three Fingers Deep pulled up the victory there, 34 out of 48. There's going to be a lot of teams that are at that score, 34. So they're the first ones. The next pair is Team 9, Slate's Rockheads. Also took 34 to 48 against the blind. They couldn't quite sweep them. Next pair is Team 16, Almost Empty Nest against my team.
Who are you calling Pinhead?
Who are you calling a Pinhead? That's it. Thank you, Chris. And we got our butts kicked. They beat us 30 out of 48. Kudos to them. Next pair, Team 14, that's Team Timmy. Team 4, Blame It on the Alcohol. Who were the victor at 30 out of 48? Blame It on the Alcohol. Had a good week. And they won. Next pair is the Men in the 10 Pin against BD in the Pocket. Team 13, Team Brian Brimmerman, who had that great last game to stay in the big bracket. Their team won 34 out of 48. There it is again. So kudos to them. Next pair, Team 5, which is Mark's team, Slate Sloppy Seconds, against Team 10, Chris's team. Even though Mark wasn't there and Ron wasn't there, they had to have a sub, and Kyle and the sub pulled through. They beat Chris's team 32 out of 48. Chris, I don't know what the hell happened to you guys. You got beat by 2 bowlers.
Really easy match.
Well, I was sandbagging. I'm just preparing myself for the new fresh.
That's not what you call it. What's your new name for it?
Handicap management.
Handicap management.
Didn't even need me and Ron.
Nope, they didn't.
No.
And so next pair, we've got Team 7, the S team, against Team 11, Ricky and the 2 Mikes. And the S team pulled through Tina Saunders, Diego, and Chris Saunders. They won 26 out of 48. A little bit of a kiss your sister night. And the last pair, Team 3, Wicked Trio, against Team 8, Pin High. Wicked Trio comes through with a victory at 32 out of 48. So a lot of the teams, you either bowled and won in the 30s or lost. So there's a lot of the even scores. We did have Blake Boggs sub with us. I forget which team, but he did sub. He had a 707 series, so he's the only one with an adult award. All right, and to quickly go over the new results or the new standings, Team 13 is currently in first place. BD in the Pocket, 34 and 14. Three Fingers Deep won 34 points. They're in second. Slate's Rockheads in third at 34. And fourth place, Slate's Sloppy Seconds at 32 points. Wicked Trio, 32 points as well in fifth. Blame It on the Alcohol in sixth with 30 points, with Almost Empty Nest right behind them on 30 points. In eighth place, Team S, or the S team, 26 points. Ricky and the 2 Mikes in ninth with 22 points. Who you calling a Pinhead? My team at 18 points. Team Timmy at 18 points, right behind me. Put your thumb in it. Team 10, that is Chris's team. Handicap management and all. They're at 12th place with 16. And Pin High is also tied for 12th at 16 points. The men in the 10 pin have 14 points, are currently in 14th. And Team 15, Team OG, is in last place, tied for 14th with 14 points. Woo. And there is the fastest 3 minutes in bowling.
Of the West.
What places put your thumb in it?
Put your thumb in it.
I want to know that. I want to know that.
In
So
12th
what place are they in?
12th.
Okay,
12th place.
Okay.
And coming up, their opponent is Team OG on 31-32.
Oh,
And they're
Easy.
going to bowl with their new, sounds like their new lineup with, I don't know, Chris, is that going to shove you to second? You're no longer anchor?
Yes.
What?
David Carter has pushed me up to second. My first time ever being there. So kind of weirded out, but I can cope with it.
So you brought in a bowler that's going to replace you as anchor?
Yep. Leave the stress off of my life. My therapist says that I need less stress.
But you're always anchor, I thought.
I know. As I said, it's the first time, but hey, change is a good thing. Right?
his average is nosediving.
Handicap management. I'm just trying to get ready for the big bowlers. And so when I shoot a 270 with my 40 pin handicap or 30, easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Yeah, but you're bragging earlier about the scratch brackets.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So what do we all think about the results? Right now we've got Beatty in the pocket in first. Do they look to be a solid candidate to hang on to first?
Yeah, for sure.
Now,
part of them are your proteges, Christian and Brian.
Yeah,
I taught them everything.
I remember listening to the podcast. I saw how Neil had mentioned he likes Blame It on the Alcohol. I like that team too. I mean, I think they're going to be tough.
They do got a solid start. They got 30 points.
Yeah.
They're only 4 points out of first. I mean, for the first half or the top half of the league, that's in the winning percentage, 26 is the lowest out of that, and 34 is the highest. So really, there's only nobody running away with this. So nobody took 40 points this first week.
Well, I mean,
it's pretty even.
Yeah, I think if they can keep Fred out of the rehab, they'll have a good shot of winning the league.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
I think Rick Connor's team also has a good chance. They've proven that they can hang with the big boys, and George is always good for good 200 average. And now that Rick's average has kind of evened out somewhere more where he can maintain, it's in the mid 190s. I think they're going to have a better shot at the second half than they are the first half.
Yeah, man, you got to give that guy credit, though. I mean, he's one step delivery. He'll have he'll broken leg, broken arm, and he'll still throw deuces.
What's the update on Ron? We heard that he was sick.
Yeah, Ron had COVID.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Ron had
he
COVID.
Caught it again, huh?
Yeah,
what's that make 4 times?
He didn't get himself vaccinated, and I guess he had COVID. So I think he's going to be back because I think he's already been 10, 12 days now.
Yeah, it's been more than a week. So we'll hope to see him back tomorrow. And Kyle, he's still currently leading MVP race and doing good in the big bracket. We're going to find out the results tomorrow on that. So your team's doing pretty good, Mark.
Yeah, and I mean,
look, you weren't there last week.
Yeah, when I say that Kyle's the MVP, I mean this first half, the kid was tremendous. I mean, he was the difference maker in getting us. And credit the guy for us being in first that first half because it all goes to him.
Yeah.
Hopefully myself or Ron could pick it up the second half, but Kyle was there the first half. He was, man, whenever he needed to, whenever it looked like he was going to get beat by 2 or 3 strikes, he'd come right back, to take the lead. So I hand it to him. He did great.
What do you guys think of Wicked Trio? They got Larry Hoover on that, solid 200 bowler, and Amanda and Tim, who's also bowling on that team. They've been coming on strong, and they got a good start. They're at 32 points.
Yeah.
So they're currently tied for second. What do you guys think of them?
Yeah, I mean, I thought that team would have done better the first half. I mean, without a doubt, I think they're a lot better than where they finished the first half.
Yeah.
Maybe some bad luck. I know that one of the bowlers was missing for a few weeks, and they had, the sub in there.
Yeah,
but they are a good team. There's no doubt about it. They're
that's the team that shot 900.
Yes.
Yeah, and I don't think anybody's going to beat that score either.
Oh, for years. That's going to like if we had a.
Is that when he shot 200? He shot with 300, right?
He shot 289, but he shot 800.
800.
Or I believe it was 800. No, actually, you know what? He missed 800 that week. Weekly, or I'm sorry, year to date, 787. So he shot 787 that week.
Yeah, that 901 with their high game handicap 901. That's going to be awful tough to beat
for years and years. I don't think anybody's going to touch that. We could look back in the archives of JB Trio's history and on bowl.com, and there won't be any team near that. I mean, that's extremely hard to do with handicap.
Yeah.
So some of the other teams that are on here, we've got the S team with the Saunders and Diego. Chris, those are your good buddies. What do you think of them?
I mean, they're good. Christina had a fire with her with her being in the brackets, with made her bowl a little bit better this season, this half. Chris, he's still finding it, but when he's on, he's on. Diego, I think they'll be a good team if Diego stays consistent. If Diego,
and she's pretty competitive too. I mean, to stay as long as she did in the bracket, and she likes to get in the weekly brackets each week for $5. So.
Yeah, I mean, because they have the mindset where if money's on the line, they just switch tones. They switch their mindset where every strike counts and every open frame counts, and it just gets more intense for them. So that's why they do it.
Yeah, they didn't do so well in poker the other night, though. you saw to that. You saw to that. Yeah, you kicked their ass in poker. I'm like 4 hands. You busted them both. That was like non-friendly at all.
No, you saw me. I checked the last hand, the last card, just to be on a fair, peaceful turn.
Well, they left awfully early.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
I heard my mother-in-law Sonia. She's actually good friends with Gino. She goes up to Cholitos usually every Monday night, and I come home and she was talking with Gino. He sent her all the pics that they took that night, and he said that they stayed out till 7 a.m.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So they stayed playing poker till 7 in the morning.
That's intense.
Really? Yeah. They had a lot of fun.
So where was this poker game?
This one was at a guy named Ron's house. He works in Alaska, of all places, and so he's here because of the winter in Alaska. So he's going to go back up in the summer. He hosted it. It's out at a house in Little Elm near the lake.
Okay.
Very, very nice house, high-end house. We're going to post some pictures just basically on our wall. We might put them on the JB Trio wall. But, yeah, they said as far as the guy that's in charge of it, Gino, wasn't at his house, but it's a good buddy that he held it at. But Gino's in charge of the poker tournament, and he said there was about 50-plus people that showed up.
Wow.
And it was – they always have the low, medium, and high table. Of course, me and Chris we're at the low table.
Happy meal table.
We nickname it the Happy Meal table because it's for us non-serious players. Although I did win 250, and I think Chris won 200.
I won 200 after 50. And how much did we buy in? How much did we buy in?
It was 50 each. Well,
50
for me, it was 100 because I actually bought me and my wife.
Yes. But other than that, if your wife wasn't there, we only spent $50 and we made $150 profit.
Yeah, we did.
So, and we had free drinks and we had free food. It was literally the best night. The poker he runs is very smooth, very fun. We had waitresses. He had real dealers there. It was the bomb. It was the best thing you can possibly go to.
Wow.
Yeah, if anybody listening is into poker and just doesn't have a lot of connections, just talk to me and Chris because we are expanding this community.
Yeah.
Gino, who's our buddy, really, really close to Chris. Gino knows a lot of people in my family. And so, yeah, he's a good guy and trustworthy, too. That's the main thing, is if you're ever going to find somebody that's in charge of this, you want to find somebody that's trustworthy. Just like when Chris ran the tournaments at his house, we all trusted Chris, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and he'd have a pocket full of chips after he'd go to the bank.
That's selective bookkeeping.
Yeah, but this is when you say poker, it's Texas Hold'em, right?
Correct.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Correct.
That it is.
Correct.
So,
And there are
very
other
fun
tables
night.
if you want to bet big. Like I think like one table is like $200 minimum or $300. And
Yeah, they're pretty big tables. They're serious with those tables.
Yeah.
They won't even let you talk to them. So you try to walk up on some of them. Although if you're a lady, I know one guy was hitting on my wife and trying to bum cigarettes from her. So if you're a
dang.
lady, you're fine. But if you're a guy that tries to talk to those guys playing, they say, "Don't talk to me."
Yeah.
No, what'd you say? It was a lady hitting on your wife?
Yes.
No, no, it
Two
was-
girls, two blonde girls, two brunettes saying,
'Cause,
saying,
maybe
hey,
you could
Jennifer,
have
do
worked
you want to
something.
leave your husband and have a
Oh.
three-way with these two?
Yeah, it sounded like there was a possibility there.
I don't mind a three-way with another woman, but Chris, he likes the three-way the other way.
Oh, shit.
No, it wouldn't be with you, Lee. Just Jennifer and the two girls. That's it.
All right, new subject. New subject.
Yeah, new subject.
Yeah.
We're running up against it, so we got to go to beat Mark's picks.
Yeah.
There we go.
Well, cut off a couple times.
That's our first opening season
And
intro.
already
so
we
let's
get
get-
bugs. Yeah. But, look, at the first half was just warm up for the second half, right?
Yeah. So,
Yeah, I don't really even
Mark, what
consider
happened
that
first
an
half?
actual
Can you
season.
The first half,
can you like restate that? What happened?
yeah, the first half was just for warm ups,
Okay,
practice.
okay, fine for warm up. Who won that warm up?
You by one game. Yes,
Okay.
one game.
One lucky
But,
game.
Hey,
yeah,
just
but
like in bowling, one pin is a win.
Yeah.
It was a setup because you had stuck David on Leland's team, and then he bowled like crap against the blind, and that was the one clincher that you needed.
Prove it in court.
Yeah.
Prove it in court that it was a setup, and then I'll
It
let
almost-
you have it.
It almost sounds like when he fouls, prove it in court.
To be honest, last week, Mark, the foul lights were off. I didn't even know it.
They were off, huh?
They were off
Wait a minute, how did you know they were off? Did
because
you foul?
Matthew Macy fouled. Matthew Macy
Oh,
fouled,
he fouled.
and that light didn't go off. I'm like, wait, they're off?
Oh, shit.
That's another prove it in court.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, this is the half that really matters. This is the half that really counts.
Oh yeah, sure.
Right.
It is.
Here's the first week's result.
This is the first week's results, and
Nice.
I have to hand it to somebody. They went 7 wins and 1 loss this week.
Uh-oh.
Oh, definitely not me.
And that one loss was their own team that they voted for that lost for them.
Wait, did I go 7-1?
No, that's Lee. You went 7-1.
Dang
Hey.
it.
Your only loss was your own team. You
Wow.
voted for your team to win, and they lost.
Wow.
See, I never do that. I
Yeah.
should not have done that. I'd have had a perfect week.
You would have had a perfect week.
I don't think anybody's had an 8-0 week yet.
No, that would have been the first. And
Damn it.
both Neil and Kyle went 5 wins, 3 losses. And Chris held up the rear 4-4.
Not bad.
Oh,
Hey,
he's back.
Not
to
bad. Hey,
normal.
not bad.
He's-
Just 4.
he-
Not bad.
He's back to normal.
No, not. Hey, I won the first half, my good sir.
How many times you got to bring that up?
Hey, I can leave when you win a half. I'll stop bringing it up.
Oh,
He's going to bring that up for the next 3 years. You watch.
Lee been stuck in second place since we started this.
Oh, that's kind of like the Cowboy game when they beat the Lions by the last referee call or whatever.
You're saying you've been in second place since we started this.
Well,
Yeah,
all right.
really. You have.
At
I
least
don't-
for this
I don't
first
think-
week, I'm alone in first.
Yeah, I think you've been a bridesmaid for the whole time we've ever run this thing.
Well, at least my 3 ways with 2 girls. All right. So first on the agenda, we got Team Timmy against Team 8 Pin High. What's the spread on this one?
Now, it's always tough because Tim A is just
Tim A.
two of them, right?
Right.
But it would have been 87 pins to Pin High.
Oh, wow. That would be giving up 87.
87 pins, yeah.
This might be one of the rare circumstances where the vacancy might actually be a benefit to them, because it's guaranteed that other bowler, I think it would be Tina in this case, would have to bowl up to that average. And that might be tough for her, because I think with the handicap, there would be 209 a game. and I know she's getting about over 100 pins.
Yeah.
But she has a hard time getting over 100. So this might be actually one where I might actually go and vote for Leland's team, even though they're always at a disadvantage because it's just the two of them. I think this is one of the rare times it's actually to their advantage.
Yeah, I'm on the same token here. I'm gonna go with Leland and Camilla on this one, but it will be close.
It is. But I think just on that, I think Gino and Craig are good bowlers, and I think they have a shot. I think, but again, I think it's going to be they're going to wash out with Leland and Camilla, who are about the same average. So I really think it's just up to that leadoff bowler, but I think it's just going to be too much for her.
Yeah, did they have a sub last week? Did they have somebody subbing in?
They did not. It was going to be David, but they got taken up on your guys' team.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, Chris, what do you think?
What lane are they on, by any chance?
17, 18. Should I play the Jeopardy music?
I was just going to say, Mark, you got the music.
You're funny. You're funny.
I thought it was.
Man, I love my wife and I believe in them, but Gina's been bowling pretty good. He's there. He's right there. Leland been sucking horribly.
Yeah.
And especially with his new job, I don't think so. So I got Gino's team.
Oh, okay. It's a few good points. All right, next pair are all of a sudden in first place team, BD in the pocket. Ryan Christian and the 190 average Christian. He's almost 190. I think he's in the high 180s. But anyway, BD in the pocket against Team 7, the S team, the surging S team, and the ultra competitive Tina she's holding up Diego and Chris, her husband. What's the spread on this one?
98 pins here.
And they're getting 98?
The S team was getting 98 pins.
I'm going to have to go with whoever's highest in the standings on this one. I'm going to go with BD in the pocket.
Yep. I got B-Dick. Big Dick.
Okay. I'm going to go with the S team here.
Oh, he's already on losing streak.
Yeah.
He's already on losing streak.
Look at that 98 pins. That's a lot.
That's a lot. That's nearly 100. Yeah, I mean, but the only reason why I'm just for BD in the pocket, I think they're going to get a surge by seeing themselves in first place, and Brian Bimmerman bowling for the winner of the winner bracket. So I think double whammy for BD in the pocket. So I think that's the only reason why I think they're going to win this week.
Yeah, I go on the notion like the last time I remember Bimmerman being in first place, they failed big time there. Remember the days of the Titanic?
The Titanic days, I remember that.
So I still got that on my mind.
Well, that's a good point. That's a good point. Hopefully, Brian, if you're listening, forget all that and just bowl your ass off. All right, next pair, 12, which is men and the 10 pin against Team 4, blaming on the alcohol. What's the spread on this one?
This is 28 pins. That's it.
Wow, that's not a lot.
No, that's not a lot to the men in a 10 pin.
That's not a lot at all, and especially going against the high average Garrett, who's been struggling as of late, as according to him, although he's been shooting around mid 600s. But for him, that's struggling. But then there's Fred, who's very reliable, and Bew and Neil are thinking that they're going to be taking first place, and they're the heavy favorite to take first place. They seem to be getting a lot of attention, and I'm going to actually go with that. I'm going to pick blaming on the alcohol here.
Wow.
Yeah, that's where I'm going.
Yep, I got blame on the alcohol too.
Oh, sweet. Nice. Always like those because it's the kibosh.
Yeah.
All right, next pair. My team that is calling a pinhead. Yes, sir. Against Team 6, 3 fingers deep. Now, I will not make the same mistake as last week. I'm definitely picking 3 fingers deep because they are the much better team than we are.
Yeah, this this is the second lowest spread of the week. 8 pins difference.
Wow, dang.
Yeah, this is the second lowest. There is a match that's going to be lower than this, but
wow.
8 pins, I will definitely go with 3 fingers deep myself.
Okay. Chris?
No, I'll go last.
You're last.
We did. We already went.
Oh, who you vote for, Lee?
We're picking Rick's team.
Shit.
Remember, it's just about racking up the wins. Don't matter what the other guy's picking.
I got Rick's team.
All right, another unanimous pick there.
Yeah.
All right, next pair 16 is Almost Empty Nest against Team 9. Slate's Rockheads. Very interesting. So let's see. What's the spread? This got to be a big one.
Oh, yeah. This is the biggest spread of the week. 242 pins.
Oh, my
Dang.
God.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it will be slightly higher seeing Ryan Curtis in there as opposed to Jared.
Oh, wow. So that's right. Jared's out for a while.
Yep.
That's a hell of a team, though. They got to be averaging over 600.
Yeah, it's gonna be about 260. Handy, give it out.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I got Ryan's team.
I'm gonna have to back you up, Chris. I'm going Brian's team. He's subbing. I'm gonna have to go with
but
Neil's team.
Even when he's subbing, he's still his team.
It's his team when he's subbing. Damn, that's just a lot of pins, but man, he was killing it against us. And that left-handed side shot, 25 and 26, right in the middle.
Yep.
If it was 29-30 or 31-32,
oh yes, I would be.
I might go the other way, but I'm gonna go with Slate's Rockheads on this.
Yeah, I'd be all over the other team if it was any lower.
Yeah.
So another unanimous, man. I think it's getting to be where it's only like one or two teams that's going to make the difference.
Yeah, 3 unanimouses right now.
So next pair we got 27-28. That's Team 3 Wicked Trio against Team 11 Ricky and the two Mikes. I think this one might be. This is
the one 7 pins difference.
What?
Whoa!
Really?
Just 7 pins. I'm going with Wicked Trio here.
Me too. But who's getting 7?
7 pins is going to be going to Ricky and the two.
Really? They get pins?
7 pins.
Really?
And, and Henderson's been bowling out the gourd. He's above 170 average. Ensline, who's always solid.
But Ricky's been bowling good too. So
yeah. Man, I want to pick them. I think they actually have a little bit of an edge with their two bowlers. Their two top and middle bowlers, I think, have a slight edge over the top and middle bowlers on Wicked Trio. It's just a matter of if Ricky can hang with Larry Hoover, because Larry could belt out a 700 or he could belt out a 500. But of course, Ricky, you never know either. But if Ricky can keep up with Larry, I actually think the opposite. I'm going to go with Ricky's team, Ricky and Henderson and Michael Ensline on this.
Okay.
Only because I think the two bowlers on one side are a little higher than the two bowlers on the other.
I almost feel like the time they shot that 900 game with handicap was on 27 and 8. I almost feel it was down that end of the house.
And it was early in the first half, and we're early in the second half, so you could be right.
Yeah, I almost feel
I may regret my pick.
Yeah.
I may regret this pick, but we'll see. So next pair, Team 2, number 2.
Wait, I didn't get to choose. I didn't get to pick.
I thought you said you wanted Wicked Trio.
Yeah.
Go ahead and pick if you want to change your mind.
I think you should.
I got. That's funny.
I thought so.
I got Ricky and the two mix. Fuck.
Oh wow, you did it! I can't believe it. You changed his pick.
Like it.
I knew Mark would say that.
I like it.
All right, next pair. So Team 2 is the blind team against Team 5, Slate's Sloppy Seconds. I think we're all going to be unanimous on this, right?
There he goes. There he goes, clearing his throat.
Yeah, I'm trying to get ready.
He's trying to hawk a loogie on Mark's pick.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to get ready.
I'm going to take our Kyle's team.
Kyle, you said
I'm
said
backing you up, Mark. I'm picking you guys too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got freaking Kyle's team.
Oh, I see. You picked a blind team 2 weeks in a row. You couldn't do 3,
Yeah.
Oh, wait, they're going against the blind team?
They're going against the blind team. You ain't going to change now, are you?
Come on, Ron's coming off of COVID.
Yeah, you know what? I got vacancy.
Oh no!
Yeah,
You want to win this thing, don't you?
Yeah, I got vacancy.
Yeah, just think Ron's coming off of COVID and Kyle's in a big match, right?
Yep.
So you letting Mark talk you into changing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, last pair, last but not least, Team 10, which is the lovable Put Your Thumb in It, which is Chris's team, against Team 15, OG. What's the spread on this one?
Well, I didn't factor in the fact that David's going to be taking over for Phil. What's David's handicap? 14? Yeah, 14. And Phil was 30, so that's a difference of 16. It'll be 56 pins.
56.
Yeah,
Doesn't
and
seem
that's
like a lot.
but that's 56, and that's just factoring in those two guys with no sub.
Yeah.
All right.
I got my team.
You know,
This is interesting. This is very interesting. So it's 2 against 3. I would have to say it's a solid 3. You guys took second place in the first half. And Team OG, you never know who's going to bowl.
yeah.
I'm going to have to go with Chris's team on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mark, if you don't say my team, you want to lose your game.
No, I'm with you. I gotta go with David's team.
So Mark is now. Wait a minute.
I
What?
gotta go with David's team.
Oh my God! I was about to say, Mark, you're starting to pick with your head instead of your heart. Which your heart is always against Chris's team.
Well, it's David's team now. There's a difference. And remember, when I say David, it is
David Carter.
Right, David Carter. It's David's team now, second half. So
all right. So
okay.
Dave.
Okay.
So we're all unanimous. We're going with David's team, even Chris. All right, it's unanimous. And there you have it. There's the picks. So we just got through with the picks, and just to go over the first bowler of the week of the second half, not many high scores at all. The highest was 650 by Fred Williams, but Brian Bimmerman was our bowler of the week, 54 pins over his average. I hate to say it, but I think that's the lowest over average for a series that we've had so far bowling this season at JB Trios, but it still counts. So he's bowler of the week with Kyle Howell. Honorable mentions, he had second place at 51 pins over. Tina Saunders, who's been killing it for the ladies, she is also bowler of the week again. I want to say it's like 3 or 4 weeks in a row. She's at 37 pins over her average. And Amanda Cunningham, honorable mentions, she had 27 pins. Another honorable mention to Tina Clay. She had 22 over her average. So
Hey,
kudos.
Tina.
And let's see. How about that good old high average? Let's see if Chris is in there.
he's probably seventh now, right?
Somewhere like that. Looks like Garrett Williams is at 210 average. He's still holding high average with Neil right behind him. He's at 209. Ron's in third place at 206. Excuse me. Let's see where Chris is. Where are you, Chris?
I think 202 or 203.
Oh, looks like 203.
Yeah,
Looks
that's
Fred-
maybe like seventh place.
Yeah, something like that. Chris, what's going on, buddy?
It's all part of my plan.
Yeah, remember we got that bet, Chris.
Yep.
It was
yeah.
$100. You wouldn't get in the top 4.
Okay, it wasn't $100. It wasn't $100.
It could have been. It might be. We have to check the tape.
No, it was not 100.
And most improved for the men, leading so far is Cody Eskerka. He's at 18.56 over his average from the start of the season. And Tina Saunders, there is nobody near her for this. She's at 15.26 pins higher. So she is just killing it. She has really improved from when she first began. So kudos to Tina. She made the final 4 for our winter bracket. She's bowling really good for the ladies. And again, one of our favorite awards is MVP of the league, the person that wins the most points. And right now, leading it is, like we said earlier, Kyle Howell, 96. George and Sean tied for second at 90. And for the ladies, again, this is the same name. She's like the Michael Jordan of female bowlers. Tina Saunders, 77 points. She's winning over 50% of her individual points towards her opponents. And then second is a distant second. Amanda and Nancy tied with 66 points. So kudos to the ladies and Tina, who's bowling really great. So MVP for the ladies, leading candidate.
Nice. Congratulations.
I agree. Well, gentlemen, I think this about wraps up our first season. Episode 1 is in the books.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for joining to the first episode of the second half. Tune in for our scratch bracket coming up and who's going to be all attending that scratch bracket. Tune in, find out who's the winner is of the winter bracket, either
That's right.
Brian or Kyle. No, wait, let's take a vote. Who's going to win?
Who's going to win? Real quick.
I got Brian.
I'm going to go with Kyle. He's the MVP leading candidate, so I'm going to stick with that.
Yeah, it's you know what it's who are they bowling tomorrow? Bremerman and those guys. Let's see, what team are they? Their team, their team 13 is bowling team 7, and that's the S team. Okay, yeah, that's the S team. You know, it's kind of tough when you don't bowl anybody. You know what I mean? And that might hurt Kyle a little bit, but
could be. That's right. He's bowling the blind.
He's bowling the blind, and you kind of go fast. But I'll go with Kyle. He's my teammate.
Wow. All right, 2 for Kyle.
All right, so whoever wins is gets 2 points to their beast mark picks.
Right. Yeah, you get 2 taken away.
Now you get 2 added if you win. All right, guys. Thank you again for tuning in. Those are our picks for the winter brackets winner. Stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for a lot of future stuff that we're going to be adding into the second half of JP Trios, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Come back again, or you be like Phil, quitting the JV Trio League.
Poor Phil. Just like his Philadelphia Eagles, they quit on the season.
Yeah, true.
All right, gentlemen, we shall see you tomorrow night.
All right,
Y'all
see you tomorrow.
Have a good night.
Bye.